Western Roundup. We meet again. An old Wild West town that's seen better days. If I can get past the heat, there's lots of space for a large amusement park. Okay, two things. One, I don't think I've ever built something decent in a Wild West theme. Two, quote-unquote large amusement park. Now that's a challenge. And on top of that, I also want to complete all the scenario goals, which are, let's see. Have 500 gets, happiness rating at least 75. Okay, that's easy. Sell at least 800 park tickets. Optional, complete all non-goals by the end of December. Year 2? No worries, should be doable. That's not easy though, so I want to start off with a cash cow. And for me that usually means building a roller coaster. Good thing the wooden roller coaster was already unlocked at the start, and that will help me out tremendously. The beginning of this ride is inspired by Roaring Timbers, a GCI wooden roller coaster in Vietnam, which is pretty new. One opened in 2022. And that coaster is of course set in a very different landscape. But I saw that banking on the first drop and I thought, damn, that looks good. And I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to do something similar. The rest of the layout I kind of did whatever felt right. I mean, I'm no expert on coasters, so don't expect insanely high realism levels here. I'm already happy when my rides have a somewhat believable layout. It's fun to push the levels of realism in a game like this, especially because the game invites you to at some points. But it's also aimed at keeping things casual, so I think I'll do my park designs with that in mind, at least in the campaign. Now for the wooden coaster, I needed to get back to the station and have enough space for a brake run, so I moved the station over a few blocks and I think it's good to go. Its stats are pretty good except for the decoration rating, so let's do some actual theming in this park. I kept the carousel that came with the park and added a jumper for some ride variety. Then I added some more pads to make a small main street because it will get busy there. And all of that got me to 168 guests in the park. I even completed the 75% happiness rating goal. However, there's still a lot to be done. I need to spend some money that I don't have, so I'll have to take out a new loan and pray my investments will work out. I did some cooking though. As we walk down the main street, we come across some new buildings to enter the new zone where I spent all of my budget. If it's a highly themed park, then I like to separate the park in different themed areas. In this park it's not that clear, but there are some differences. I usually have a rough image in my mind what some park areas will look like, but it's still very much in a state of, I'll theme that later. The ride layouts come first, which brings me to this star shape. I believe it has high intensity stats, so I get all gas intensity needs covered now. No more yapping about, I only prefer high intensity rides. The real big additions though are the log flume and the monorail coaster. Log flume is just like bread and butter with Wild West themes, and it also fits the high temperatures of the scenario. I say that, but it's actually raining at the moment. I have the rain effects turned off. The reason for that is the performance of my PC. I built this budget PC I think 7 years ago now, and it's slowly showing its age. Parkitect and a lot of other games still run like a charm on lower settings, but there are exceptions. Like Planet Coaster doesn't run properly anymore, and I can forget about playing City Skylines 2 I think. Which was completely fine by me actually, but I'm trying to get back into gaming and I'm running into more and more limitations. So I just really hope I'm able to build a new PC next year. Anyway, the rides are in place and it's year 2 now. Let's see how I'm doing with the goals. Okay, so 500 guests in the park is very doable. I'm more concerned about selling 800 park tickets before the end of the year. I need to build a few more rides and I'll have to resort to marketing. I have used both of my loans though, so it's looking a bit dodgy right now to be honest. Let's do some time jumps. Okay, it's a few months later now and oh, it's going to be close. I got a new flat ride in and I've started doing some theming. Oh no, it's raining again. That's not great. At least I cleared the 500 guest goal, but I barely have money left for a new ride and I still need to do some marketing. This one will be a race against the clock. Alright, 3 months to go. I got another fast ride in. I just need 80 guests. I could pay to do that as a park advertisements, but that's out of my budget at the moment. Perhaps I could also buy another flat ride. Okay, a park advertisement campaign is running. Oh god, I don't see a lot of new guests entering the park. Fuck it, let's do another flat ride. Quick. The treasury can't afford such expenses. let's speed up and hope that was enough. As it turns out, it is enough. Let's go! So easy. Never doubted for a single second there. The timer above is nothing to worry about, by the way. Purely cosmetic right now. The goals may be completed, but I want to continue and build the actual vision I had for this park, which is very possible with the monthly income I have now. There it is, the final version of the park. I knew I had to include a mines ring coaster in the park, because it fits so well with the Wild West theme. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how the park turned out. I thought building in a Wild West style would be pretty limiting, but I was very wrong. After looking up some references, I saw a lot of possibilities. I still have some ideas I want to do with the Western genre, but I'll save that for future scenarios. For now, let's jump on board some coaster POVs. Starting with the mines ring coaster. This was a tricky one. The layout could be better. I think it's too short and the transitions into its elements are a bit wonky. And again, this coaster type is supposed to be a bit rough, so I'll take it though. Besides that, I like the interaction with the log flume. Especially the turnaround under the final drop. That also has some great views from a gas standpoint. And then it goes into the final helix before hitting the brake run. I even tried a transfer track chat, which I'll probably explore more in future parks. I still have a lot to learn about how coasters operate. Theming is more my jam. I spent more time building the small saloon than I spent on building this wooden roller coaster, for example. Speaking about Western theming, for every new build I usually use a few reference images that I pull up on my second monitor, which I also did for this park. However, it was after completing the scenario where I got deeper into appreciating the Western genre. I started watching a few older Western movies, which are awesome by the way, and I even dusted off my old PlayStation 3 to play the first Red Dead Redemption game. I never completed that one back when I bought it all these years ago, but I'm really glad I still had the disc, because it's funny completing the game now and then seeing it being re-released on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 with a €50 price point. Okay, Rockstar. Anyway, because I'm going through my gaming backlog, as well as digesting a lot of other different media on top of that, there will be some gaps in between these silly Parkitect videos. If you haven't noticed already, there will be a slower upload rate than you might expect. I don't want to abandon any of my Parkitect projects though, so the next two videos will be a compilation of my diorama projects I've been building in Parkitect over the years, with mods by the way. And you can expect the second episode of Asteria Gardens. After that, I'm returning to the campaign to complete Victoria Lake. Thanks for the nice comments on the previous episodes by the way. I'm still experimenting with the format of these videos, but your comments really fuel me to put in effort and continue making videos. I might do some other games or other things in the future, but for now I'm sticking to Parkitect. Here's the final overview of the park. This scenario called for a bigger park, and I'd like to think I delivered on that. With that was Western Roundup. Keep a lookout for more Parkitect videos, and thanks for watching.